ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। This Shanti Pata, Sahana Bhavatu, it is chanted by both the student and the teacher. The meaning of this I explained in the beginning itself. This is a mantra because it is from the Veda. This is a Shanti Pata from the Krishna Yajurveda. Every Upanishad from each Veda has got a particular Shanti Pata. Sahana Bhavatu is there, Shanno Mitraha is there, Purnamadaha, that is also Shanti Pata for Shukla Yajurveda. Apyayantu Mahangani, that is another Shanti Pata. All these are Shanti Pata from the Veda. What we chanted at the beginning, Vakratunda Saraswati Namastubhyam, all those are shlokas. They are from the Smriti, they are from a text written by an author. Authorship is there, for which those are called shlokas, Smriti. That which do not have authorship, that has come directly from Parameshwara. Ishvarasya Vani is Vedaha. So therefore, this is from the Veda and it has got Swara. That is why it is chanted with the Swara. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu. The swaras are not marked in the PowerPoint. You don't see that. But swaras are there. They have to be chanted with this swara. I'll show you that. You can see Sahana Bhavatu is there as a Shanti Pata for Narayana Upanishad. Sahana Bhavatu. You can see the markings on the words. Saha Na Bhavatu. Sahanau Bhunaktu. There is an underscore and there is a vertical line on the top. And there are letters which do not have any stroke, no markings. Sa has got underscore. Ha doesn't have any marking. Na has got a vertical line, a stroke on the top. Bhavatu doesn't have. So these markings indicate the swara. Those which do not have markings, they also have got swara. So with underscore and no marking and the marking on the top, the three types of swaras are there. Three types of swara intonation. That letter which have an underscore, which has an underscore, they're called Anudata swara. That which has a vertical mark stroke on the top, it's called Swarita swara. That which do not have anything, that is called Udata. So Udata, Anudata, Swarita. Udata swara do not have any marking. Anudata have the underscore. And Swarita has got a vertical stroke. And Ma Vid Vishavahi, we say, that is, that I is extended. That is Dirgha Swarita, which has got double stroke, double vertical stroke. Dirgha Swarita. That is also Swarita, but it is Dirgha. So basically three types of swaras only. Udata, Anudata, Swarita. Other Vedic mantra have got other swaras. There are there, Samaveda and other Veda, they are there. But these are the basic swaras. Anudata, Udata, Anudata, Swarita. So Anudata is, the intonation is low. Udata is middle. And Swarita is high, up. Sahana Bhavatu. That is why when we chant, you can see the intonation, that the pronunciation, the intonation going up and down. Sahana Bhavatu. Sahanau Bhunaktu. Saha Viryam Karavavahai. They are straight. Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahi. And finally, Shanti, the three Shanti. Shanti Trayam, that also has got swara. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. The first Shanti, the T has got Anudata swara. The second Shanti also Anudata swara. The third Shanti is Swarita swara. Shanti up. So these are the swara. This is a mantra. There is some knowledge about the mantra which we chant every class. So I thought I'll tell something about this mantra, because in the PowerPoint you don't see the swara. I have not given the swara here, but we have been chanting this every class. So know that it is not a, yeah, this is not a shloka. You cannot just read Sahana Bhavatu, Sahana Bhavatu. It has to be chanted. Okay, now let us continue. 84th class. You can repeat. वासुदेवेन्द्रयोगीन्द्रं नत्वा ज्ञानप्रदं गुरुम्
वासुदेवेन्द्रयोगीन्द्रं नत्वा
ज्ञानप्रदं गुरुम्
मुमुक्षूणां हितार्थाय तत्त्वबोधोऽभिधीयते
मुमुक्षूणां हितार्थाय तत्त्वबोधोऽभिधीयते.
This is a shloka. Therefore, no swara. This is to be recited. Mantra is to be chanted. Okay. Now, we are seeing the section Ishvaraha. After Jiva Vichara, now Ishvara Vichara, we are seeing. And in that, Srishti Prakaranam. The topic is Srishti, creation, projection, manifestation. That is what Srishti is. Let us read. अथ चतुर्विंशति तत्त्वोत्पत्ति प्रकारं वक्ष्यामः ब्रह्माश्रया सत्त्वरजस्तमो गुणात्मिका माया अस्ति ततः आकाशः सम्भूतः आकाशाद् वायुः वायोः तेजः तेजसः आपः अद्यः पृथिवी So this we saw. Those who are learning Sandhi from the Sanskritam class, we can try to split the Sandhi and read. That's why I split the Sandhi now. Tataha akasha sambhutaha. You don't split, what will happen? Tata akasha sambhutaha. Akashat. Just a Sandhi has happened. Akashat. Vayuhu. Vayoho tejaha. Vayos tejaha. You know what Sandhi is. Tejasaha apaha. Visarga is it has disappeared. What's Sandhi? You know it very well. Tejasa apaha. Visarga is there. Comes yakara, yakarasya lopah. So all this can, when you read, you can understand what's Sandhi and little bit of Vyakaranam is required. Simple Vyakaranam. Brahmashaya, Brahma plus Ashraya. Savarna Dirgha Sandhi. Maya plus Asti, Maya Asti, we can chant like that. We can read like that also. Sattva Rajas Tamo Gunatmika, Maya Asti, Maya plus Asti, Maya Asti, Savarna Dirgha Sandhi. Okay. Now, the last class we saw, that is this Maya, which has got Ashraya, the dependency on the Brahma, Maya Sahita Brahma, that is the Karanam for the Srishti, from which the Srishti is going to be projected, going to be manifested. And this Maya has got three gunas, sattva guna, rajo guna, tamo guna. Therefore, Trigunatmika Maya asti. Katam asti. Does it exist independently? No. Brahmashaya. Brahmani Ashraya. It has got my Brahmani Ashraya. It has got dependency on Brahma. Without Brahma, Maya cannot exist. Therefore, Maya is also Mithya. Without clay, pot cannot exist. Therefore, similarly, Maya has got Ashraya in Brahma, and that Maya has these three gunas, from which Tataha referring to, from that Tataha is equal to Tasmat. Tasmat is Maya Sahita Brahmanaha. That Brahma, what Brahma? That from that Maya, what Maya? Maya Sahita Brahmanaha. That is that Maya, which is not different from Brahma, which has got Ashraya in Brahma, that Maya. When we say Maya is a cause, means Maya alone cannot exist. Maya Sagita Brahma. That is the Karana. Maya is the Karana Shariram. It's the Karana Shariram for the Ishvara, for the Lord. As we have Karana Shariram, we have seen individual has got Shariram. What Shariram? Three Shariram. Sharira Trayam, we saw. Karana Shariram, Sukshma Shariram, Stula Shariram. Similarly, Ishvara is total. As individual enjoys three Shariram, the total also enjoys three Shariram. And the Karana Shariram of Ishvara is this Maya. This Maya, this Stula Shariram, we saw. Stula Shariram, does it exist independently? It cannot exist. It has, Stula Shariram exists because I exist. Atma exists. Sukshma Shariram exists because I exist. Atma exists. Similarly, Karana Shariram is because I am there. Therefore, if Atma is not there, how can Karana Shariram be? So, the Karana Shariram is the cause for the two Shariram. Sharira Dvaya, Karana Matram, Karanam for Sukshma Shariram, Stula Shariram, and all we saw. Similarly, for the total, the Lord, that Ishvara, he has got three Shariram. From the Brahma, which is Nirgunam, doesn't have any attributes, without having any property, without having any attributes. That alone cannot create, cannot be the source for creation. Therefore, it requires a upadhi, that Karana upadhi, that is Maya. Therefore, Maya Sagita Brahma, which is the Maya is the Karana Shariram. Therefore, from which this Akashaha, Vayu, Tejaha is Agni, Apaha, water, then Prithvi, the earth. This Pancha Mahabhuta, they are called Tanmatra. Tanmatra is Sukshma Pancha Mahabhutani Jayante, they are born. Sambhutaha. So, from the Maya Sagita Brahma, these five subtle elements, Tanmatras, Pancha Sukshma Bhutani. This is Sukshma Bhuta Srishti. Sukshma Bhuta Srishti. Five subtle elements, Pancha Sukshma Bhutani, Jayante, born, they are created. So five elements have come. They are, you have to remember, they are Sukshma Bhutas. They are not Stula. Akasha is not the Akasha, what you see with your, what is responsible for the sound which you hear. If Akasha is not, the sound cannot be, and you need not have ears. If sound is not there, ears need not be there. Because sound is there, Because Akasha is a, therefore sound is there. Akasha is required for the sound to travel. Because sound is there, therefore Bhagavan has given ears to hear the sound. Similarly, Vayu, Tejas, etc. 5 elements are there, and correspondingly we enjoy 5 sense organs. All pancha pancha. That's why it's called prapancha, prapancha. So now these 5 elements are sukshma, not the stula. Vayu is not the stula Vayu. Agni is not the Agni, the physical fire. It's not here. It is stula. It is not stula here. Sukshma. Tejaha, Apaha, Prithvi, Akasha, Vayu, all these are sukshma, subtle, that which cannot be perceived by your gross physical that organs. It is not possible. It cannot, even by the Indriyani. Indriya is sukshma. Indriyanis are those which function behind the Golaka, which function behind the physical sense organs. That also you know it very well because we talked about it before. Golaka are the physical organs, sense organs. They are the organs. They are the organs, and they can be studied. They are subject to the scientific study. Anatomy can be done. The physical organs. Behind the physical organ, that which is the responsible for the physical organs to function, that is called Indriyas. So, Indriyas means Sukshma. Indriyani, Sukshma Indriya. Those Sukshma Indriyani not yet born, they are going to be born. For that, Sukshma Bhutas are required. Therefore, Sukshma Srishti is talked about. From the Maya Sagita Brahma, which is the Karana Shariram, from which the Sukshma Shariram of the Lord, Ishvara, is going to be formed, for which the primary, the thing is this Sukshma Bhutas. Therefore, Sukshma Bhuta Srishti. Without Sukshma, how can there be Stula? Karanam is there. From the Karanam, Sukshma Shariram. From the Karana Shariram, Sukshma Shariram is born. From the Sukshma Shariram, Stula Shariram is born. That is, Sukshma is the Karanam for Stula. Karanam is the Karanam for Sukshma. So, therefore, here the 5 elements are Sukshma. It is not Stula. Not Stulani, it is Sukshma Bhutani. So, Sukshma Bhutas born. And these Sukshma Bhutas are born from what? Born from Maya. They are born of Maya. Maya has got 3 gunas, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, iti 3 guna. Therefore, since Maya is a father, therefore, these 5 children, these 5 Sukshma Bhutas, they also will inherit the guna, the property of his parents. Therefore, it will have the 3 gunas also. It will enjoy 3 gunas. The 5 elements will enjoy the 5 subtle elements. Pancha Sukshma Bhutani will enjoy 3 gunas. Sattva guna, Rajo guna, Tamo guna. Why? Because Bhutanis are Karyani. They are the product. Karanam is Maya. Karanam is Maya. Maya has got 3 gunas. Therefore, Karana gunaha karye vartante. Whatever is in the cause, that will be there in the product, in the effect. So, the property of the cause will be there in the effect. That is a rule. A child will have the properties, the characteristics of his parent. Similarly, Gata, the pot is made. The pot will have the property of the clay. It cannot have a property totally different from clay. It cannot have the property of gold. It cannot have the property of plastic. Pot made from clay enjoys the property of clay only. It cannot have the property of something else. Similarly, here also, these Pancha Sukshma Bhutanis, which are born from Maya, and the Maya which has got three gunas. Therefore, these Pancha Sukshma Bhutanis also enjoy three gunas. Therefore, Karana Gunaha Karye Anuvartante. By that logic, by that rule, Karana Guna pervading the effect. By that, we can say, if Maya has three gunas, this Pancha Sukshma Bhutani also will have three gunas. Therefore, Akasha will be of three types: Sattvika Akasha, Rajasika Akasha, Tamasa Akasha. Akasha, Sattva, with Sattva Guna, Sattvika Akasha. With Rajoguna, Rajasika Akasha. With Tamoguna, Tamasa Akasha. So three gunas are there, therefore three types within Akasha. Similarly, Vayu will be Sattvika Vayu, Rajasika Vayu, Tamasa Vayu. Agni also will be Sattvika Agni, Rajasika Agni, Tamasa Agni. Prithvi, Apaha is Sattvika Apaha, Rajasika Apaha, Tamasa Apaha. Prithvi also Sattvika, Rajasika, Tamasa iti. Each bhuta, each subtle element will have, since they enjoy the property of his parent, that is Maya, therefore they will have three varieties. Each will have three. Now from this three of each, we are going to see from the three of each, certain things are going to be born. From the combination of the three of each, you will see certain things are going to be born. That is how the Srishti is going to be explained. We will see. We will see how creation takes place from this Pancha Maha Sukshma Bhutas. We know that Sukshma Shariram, the individual Sukshma Shariram, Yashti Sukshma Shariram is made of what? Is made of this Pancha Bhuta only. From the Pancha Sukshma Bhutani only, the Sukshma Shariram is born. Similarly, from the Pancha Sukshma Bhutani, this Samashti is going to be, the Stula Prapancha is going to be created. So at this point, that is at the stage of Sukshma Srishti, Sukshma Shariram, there is no Stula Shariram. Stula Shariram not yet born. The physical world, the Prapancha not yet born. Physical Prapancha not yet born means Stula Shariram also not yet born. Stula Shariram of the individual not yet born. So we are at the stage of Sukshma level. So Sukshma Srishti is talked about. Therefore, there is no Stula Shariram and therefore no Stula Prapancha also. So now only the Sukshma Bhutasakam, Sukshma Prapancha is going to be created. Sukshma Prapancha. Okay. Now, from the Sukshma Bhutas, what will happen? what is the first thing going to be born? That is being said in the next line. We will read that. Etesham
एतेषां
panchatattvanam panchatattvanam madhye
पञ्चतत्त्वानां मध्ये
madhye. Ye is that stroke is not there. It's not a mistake. Okay, it is a because of sandhi it has gone. Panchatattvanam madhye. Okay. Akashasya
आकाशस्य
सात्विकांशात्
सात्विकांशात्
श्रोत्रेन्द्रियं सम्भूतम्
श्रोत्रेन्द्रियं सम्भूतं
वायोगो सात्विकांशात्
वायोः सात्विकांशात्
वागेन्द्रियं सम्भूतम्
वागेन्द्रियं
सम्भूतं
अग्नेः सात्विकांशात् चक्षुरिन्द्रियं सम्भूतम्
चक्षुरिन्द्रियं सम्भूतं
जलस्य सात्विकांशात्
जलस्य सात्विकांशात्
रसनेन्द्रियं सम्भूतम्
रसनेन्द्रियं सम्भूतं
दिव्याः सात्विकांशात्
पृथिव्याः सात्विकांशात्
घ्राणेन्द्रियं सम्भूतम्
घ्राणेन्द्रियं सम्भूतं
Simple sentences. Vakyani. Little knowledge of Sanskritam you will understand. Sambhutam. Sambhutam means Jayate. Born. Now, Shrotrendriyam, Vagindriyam, Chakshurindriyam, Rasanendriyam, and Granendriyam. Shrotrendriyam means ear. Vagindriyam is speech, the mouth. This Vagindriyam. Then Chakshurindriyam, eyes. Rasanendriyam is the tongue. Granendriyam is nose. So, all the indriyas are born. All these are indriyas. We are at the level of Sukshma Srishti. Therefore, all the indriyas are Sukshma. So, Sukshma indriyas are Sukshma, which are born. How it is born? From which it is born. That from which it is born, that will be in Panchami Vibhakti. Panchami Vibhakti, in Sanskritam, Panchami Vibhakti indicates many meanings. One of the meaning is the source of birth will be indicated by Panchami. So, Akashasya Satvikamshat Shrotrendriyam Sambhutam. The Satvikamshat Panchami. Everywhere Panchami is Vayoko Satvikamshat. Agnehe Satvikamshat. Panchami Vibhakti. Jalasya Satvikamshat. Prithivyaha Satvikamshat. Iti. Everywhere it is there. Panchami. Etesham Panchatattvanam Madhye. Panchatattvas, that is Tanmatras, Pancha Sukshma Bhutani, which were born from that. Etesham Panchatattvanam Madhye, among the 5 Panchatattvas, that is Pancha, Maha, Sukshma Bhutani, Akashasya Satvikamshat. Akasha is born, we saw, from the Maya. Akasha is born, and the Akasha will enjoy the property of Maya. Maya has got 3 property, 3 gunas, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Therefore, Akasha, Vayu, etc. They also will have the 5 gunas. Sorry, 3 gunas. These 5 elements will have 3 gunas. Then the Satvikamsha of the Akasha, that is Sattvika Akasha. the Akasha, which has the Sattvika Amsha, the Sattva aspect. From the Sattva aspect of the Akasha, the space, Shrotrendriyam Sambhutam, the sense organ of ear was born. The sense organ here, that is Sukshma Indriyam, Shrotrendriyam, it is born from the Sattvika Amsha, Sattva aspect of Akasha, space. So, Sattvika Amsha of the Pancha Mahabhutas are the source or the cause for the creation of the 5 subtle sense organs, Indriyani. So, Sattvika aspect of Akasha, from which the Shrotrendriya, the sense organ of ear, was born. Vayogo Sattvikamshat, Vak, sorry, I read it wrongly. Vagindriyam, it is Tvagindriyam. Okay. Vayogo Sattvikamshat, Tvagindriyam. I don't know why I read Vagindriyam. It is Tvagindriyam. How Vak will come here? Vak is a Karmendriya. It will come later. So, Vayogo, when we chanted this line, I read by mistake, Vayogo Sattvika Amshat, Vagindriyam iti. There is no Vagindriyam here. Vayogo Sattvika Amshat, Tvagindriyam. Tvak means skin. Okay. Tvak is skin. Vak is speech. Speech is Karmendriya, it will come later. Pancha Mahabhuta talked about, and each bhuta, from each bhuta, each element, each sense organ is born. So, Tvagindriya, it is not Vagindriya, it is Tvak-Indriya. Tvak is the one of the Indriyani. Skin, Tvak means skin. So, from the Vayu, what Vayu? Sattvika Amsha of the Vayu. From the Sattvika Amsha, Sattva aspect of Vayu. Vayu here, it is Stula, not Stula, it is Sukshma, not Stula Vayu, not gross air, it is subtle air. That is Vayu, the air in its subtle form, subtle stage. The physical air is going to be born. So Vayu here, it is not Stula, it is Sukshma. From the Sukshma Vayu, from the Sattva aspect of the Sukshma Vayu, what Indriya born? Tvagindriya born. The skin is born. Therefore, skin has to be also Sukshma only, because Sukshma, Sattvika aspect of the Sukshma Vayu. Sattvika Amshat. Amsha is aspect. Sattvika, Sattva aspect of the Sukshma, from the Sukshma Vayu. Sattva aspect of the Sukshma Vayu. From the Sattva aspect of the Sukshma Vayu, the Tvagindriya is born. Indriya, what Indriya? Tvak Indriya, the skin, which is the product, and the cause is Sattva aspect of this subtle air, that is Vayu. Therefore, Indriya also has to be subtle only. Indriya, this Tvagindriya also has to be subtle. Shrotrendriya has to be subtle. So all these are Sukshma Indriyas. Sukshma Indriyani Jayante. Sukshma Indriyas are born. So here when we say this organs, all these are subtle sense organs, not physical, because they are born from the subtle elements. We are talking about Sukshma Srishti. Therefore, everything is Sukshma. Even if I don't use the word Sukshma, we have to understand it as Sukshma only. Agnege Sattvikamsha, Chakshurindriyam Sambhutam. Chakshugo means eyes. What eyes? Not physical, not gross. It is not Stula, it is Sukshma. Sukshma Netrendriyam, that is Chakshurindriyam, the eyes are born from what? From the Sattva aspect, Sattvika Amshat of Agni. From Agni, it is born. From subtle Agni, the subtle sense organs called eye is born. Later, gross sense organ will born. Therefore, eyes can see Agni because Agni has got form. That is the connection which we talked about in the last class. Then Jalasya Sattvika Amshat. Jala, the water. from the sattva aspect of the jala, what indriya born? Rasanendriya, rasanendriyam sambhutam. Rasana, indriya, rasanendriya. Gunasanti. Rasana is, rasa is taste. Rasana, taste. The taste indriya. What is the taste indriya? The tongue. Again, here it is not stula, it is sukshma. Sukshma rasanendriyam sambhutam. If you want, we can add Akashasya Satvikamshat Sukshma Shrotrendriyam Sambhutam. We don't have to say Sukshma. Why? Because Satvikas. When Satvika is there, it has to be Sukshma only. When we use the word Satvika, it has to be Sukshma. When we say Tamasa, then it becomes Stula. That is going to come later. We will see. Then the Prithivyaha Satvikamshat Granendriyam Sambhutam. Granendriyam, that is the Indriya, which is responsible for Grana, that is smell, that is nose. What is it physical? No, it is Sukshma Granendriyam, subtle sense organ, that is the nose. It is born from the Sattva aspect of the Prithvi. The Prithvi here is subtle. Subtle Prithvi, subtle earth, not physical. It is born. Therefore, from the 5 subtle elements, 5 subtle sense organs are born. These 5 subtle sense organs are the part of the Sukshma Shariram. We know Pachikrita Pancha Mahabhutani Kritam, Pancha Jnanendriyani, Pancha Karmendriyani, Pancha Pranadayaha, Manascha Ekam Bhaktischa Eka, iti Saptadasha Kalabhihi, iti Tishtati, that is Sukshma Shariram, iti we have seen, we discussed very elaborately. Pancha Jnanendriyas are the part of, are a part of Sukshma Shariram. Now it is born. So Sukshma Indriyas are born. They are ready now. So, since Maya has the 3 gunas, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, therefore, the Pancha Mahabhuta which come out from this Brahmashaya Maya, they also have these 3 gunas. From the Sattva guna of each element, each sense organ is born, and that is what is described here. Why we say Sattva aspect of the Bhuta, Panchamahabhuta? Since the sense organs of knowledge, Jnanendriyani, since they are meant for gaining knowledge, they have to be born of Sattva aspect of elements alone. Why? Because Sattva, the very word Sattva stands for knowledge. Sattva stands for knowledge. In Gita itself, Bhagavan Krishna says, Sattvan sanjayate jnanam iti. Sattva, sattvat sanjayate. Sattvat sanjayate jnanam. 14th chapter, 17th shloka. Sattvat jnanam sanjayate. From the sattva, that is, sattva aspect is responsible for knowledge. Sattva is knowledge. Sattva aspect responsible for knowledge. Rajas aspect responsible for activity. Tamas aspect responsible for the laziness, slothfulness, inertia. All the objects, all the things in the world, they will have invariably the 3 things. Even human beings have got 3 aspects. Sattva guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. When he goes to sleep, then Sattva aspect manifests. He goes to sleep. Sattva, then when Tamas is there. When Tamas aspect is there, when Tamas aspect predominates in a person, the person goes to sleep. He goes to sleep. When the person is studying, particularly Sanskritam, then Sattva aspect manifests because it is knowledge. Knowledge is involved. When any study is there, then where there is jnanam, the jnanam happens, then Sattva aspect dominates in a person. Where there is activity, intense activity, there the rajas aspect manifests in a person. So all the three gunas are there in a person. It has to be there. Sattva guna, responsible for knowledge, for gaining knowledge or for imparting knowledge. Then rajas, rajoguna for action, activities, any activity. Then the tamoguna stands for, or it is responsible for, it is responsible for inaction, that is inertia, sleep, etc. Sleep, laziness, etc. So these three are there. Tamas also important, required. If tamas is not there, you will not go to sleep. If sleep is not there, you will not become active again the next day. So tamas for inertia, that is sleep, etc. So three gunas are there. Therefore, Bhagavan Krishna says in Gita, Sattvat Sanjayate Jnanam. Where Jnanam is there, then the Sattva is responsible. The Sattva aspect is responsible. So, everything in the world is made of these three gunas, Trigunatmika, because they are all born from Maya only. Therefore, naturally, invariably, everything will have these three gunas. Not only the objects, even the living beings have these three gunas, sattva, rajas, tamas, iti. Therefore, etesham panchatattvanam madhye, among these five tattvas, the elements, from the sattvika aspect of each element, each sense organ is born. That is what being said in this lines. And we can appreciate the order, how the order is beautifully presented. There is an orderly creation of the Pancha Mahabhuta, and from the Sattvika aspect of the Pancha Mahabhuta, orderly fashion, these Indriyas are born. This, as I said before, Stula Akasha, the gross Akasha, the space, it has no form, it has no smell, no taste, no touch. Space cannot be touched, it cannot be smelled, you cannot see it, you cannot taste it, but it is also an element, subtle element. So because it is an element, therefore it must have some quality. You cannot, so therefore, you cannot connect that the quality to the rasana or the rasanendriya, chakshurindriya, you cannot connect. What indriya is left out? Rasanendriya, it is for taste. Ghanendriya, that is nose for smell. Chakshurindriya, it is for vision, for seeing. Togindriya for touch. So all the indriyas, four indriyas, they, with that indriya, you cannot recognize the stula akasha. Therefore, what we do, we connect the quality of stula akasha to the sense organ of ears. The sense organ ears. So ears hear sound, and the sound travels through space, akasha. Now you can see the connection between the sense of hearing and the akasha. Therefore, Shrotrendriya is born of space, we say. Therefore, Shrotrendriya is born of space. And Vayu also, we discussed this in the last class. Vayu has got two qualities. Guna Dvayam Asti. What are those two gunas? When the Vayu blows, you can hear it, you can feel it. Stula Vayu. I'm talking about Stula Vayu now. So when the Vayu blows, you can hear, you can feel it. The sense of touch is the Vishaya for the sense organ skin. Through skin, you can feel the touch. Skin, when I say, it includes tongue also. Tongue also touching the object only. The taste knowledge is formed. So tongue also is tuk only. It's a part of, it's a Tugindriya only. But the tongue is something very interesting. The tongue stands for two things. It is not only for taste, it is also for speech. So it does two things. One is taste, other one is speech. So the tvak, the tvak, that which is connected to the vayu, it has the quality of touch. Therefore, from vayu is born the sense of touch. So, therefore, these are the stula. From the stula, you can see the connection at the level of sukshma. At the level of sukshma, if you find it difficult, you can see the connection from the stula viewpoint. So, and the stula bhutas are nothing. They are nothing but they are born from the sukshma. Grossified sukshma bhutas only become stula bhutas. And the stula bhutas can be recognized through the stula indriyas. Stula, not indriya, stula. You can call indriya. When you say stula indriya, that it becomes physical organs. You can use the word indriya, no problem in that. Stula indriya means physical sense organs. So, therefore, from the analysis of the gross elements and the sense organs, we can see the connection. We can see the connection between them. And among the 5 elements, Agni is the first element which has a form, rupam. Therefore, Agni can be seen, Agni can be heard, it can be touched also. You can feel the heat. Therefore, it is more gross compared to Akasha and Vayu. Vayu cannot be seen, it can only be inferred. Agni can be seen. That is why we worship Agni. If Ishvara is to be given a form, a rupam, what we do? We invoke him in the Agni, which is kindled in the Homakunda. In all the Vaidika Upasana, Vaidika Karma, Karya, as well as in Upasana, Upasana is, the karma is visualized. Upasana, there, the Agni, we invoke the Agni in the Homakunda, and that Agni represents Bhagavan. Even when you do puja, what you do? When you light a lamp, you say, Asmin Deepe Parameshwaram Avahayami. In the Kerala style of worship, they worship the Deepa. The Jyoti alone, they do Aradhana, they worship. They don't have any Vigraha and other things. Only the lamps will be there. So they invoke the Lord in the lamp. You will see that in the Kerala style of worship. Therefore, Agni. Therefore, the form of Parameshwara is Agni. Parameshwara manifests in the gross form, first form, which is Agni. Therefore, Akasha and Vayu, these are Amurta. They do not have form. Agni, Apaha and Prithvi, they have got form, Murta. So, Murta, Amurta, iti, we can divide the 5 elements into 2. Murta, Amurta. Amurta is that which do not have form. Murta is that which has form. So Agni, Apaha, Prithvi has form. Agni has got form. Apaha can be tasted. It is Apa is the water is tasteless. The water is tasteless. The taste, what you may say the water is tasteless, but the sense of taste is there. That is born of water. Water doesn't have smell. The smell is that is because of the earth. The earth has the property of smell, and the nose grasps the smell. Therefore, there is a sense of smell, and they are connected at the subtle level. That is why Prithvi, the earth is called Gandhavati Prithvi. Prithvi has got the special quality of smell, and also the other qualities of the preceding elements. So the Prithvi, which is the grossest, and the Akasha, which is the subtlest, and all the 5 sense organs, they can operate successfully with reference to the Prithvi because it is the grossest. So the grossest are going to be born from the tamasic aspect of this Pancha Maha Sukshma Bhutani. From the Sattvika aspect, Sukshma Bhutas were born. Now, from the Tamasic aspect, the Stula Bhutas are going to be born. And Rajasic aspect is there. From Rajasic aspect, what is born? What is going to be born? From the Rajas. Now, Tamas, this Sattva we have seen. And Rajas, because of our knowledge of the gross universe, we can infer that 5 sense organs are there, 5 elements are there. Therefore, because we have the experience and we can see the connection at the level of Sukshma and understand from the tamasic aspect of this Pancha Maha Bhutani, the gross elements are going to be born. Fine. And what about the Rajasika aspect of the Pancha Maha Bhuta? That is what is said in the next line. We will read that. After that, tamasic aspect is going to come. We will discuss again that. The next line now. Etesham Panchatattvanam
Etesham Panchatattvanam
Samashti Satvikamshat
Samashti Satvikamshat
Mano Buddhi Ahankara Chitta Antakaranani
Manobuddhi Ahankara Chitta Antakaranani
Sambhutani. So, Sattvika aspect of Pancha Mahabhuta, from which Sukshma Indriyas are born, talked about in the previous slide. Now, from the Sattvika aspect of what? The total. The previous line, one more important point is Sattvika aspect of the individual, from the individual subtle elements, the Sukshma Indriyas are born. From, again, I repeat, from the Sattvika aspect of each subtle elements, subtle sense organs are born. Now, the Sattvika aspect of all the elements put together, Samashti. Samashti is total. That is Akashasya Sattvika Guna, Vayoho Sattvika Guna, Agnehe Sattvika Guna, Jalasya Sattvika Guna Amsha, Prithivyaha Sattvika Amsha. So therefore, Sattvika Amsha of all the 5 elements put together, from which is born what? Manaha, Buddhi, Ahankara, Chittam, Antakaranani. That Antakaranam, which is manifest, which is manifest in the form of Manaha, Buddhihi, Ahankaraha, Chittam. Antakaranam is only one. Karanam is instrument. Antakaranam is inner instrument. That is, we translate as mind in English. That Antakaranam, inner instrument, which begins, which manifests in the form of mind, in the form of Buddhi, in the form of Ahankara, in the form of Chittam. So, Manaha, Buddhihi, Ahankara, Chittam, these 4, they are not the divisions of Antakaranam. The Antakaranam being one, they play different role. It is playing different role. The same person playing different role. Similarly, the same Antakaranam plays different roles. When it is indecisive, when it is thinking this or that, then it is called Manaha. When it has firmly decided, concluded, ascertained a thing, then it is called Buddhi. Ahankara and Chittam. We will talk about that later. Chittam is memory. Ahankara. The same Antakaranam playing different roles, get different names. Manaha, Buddhi, Ahankara, Chittam. Now, this Antakaranam, inner instrument, which is responsible for thinking, which is responsible for decision. How it is born? It is born from the Sattvika, collective Sattvika aspect of the 5 subtle elements. From the individual Sattvika aspect, individual sense organs are born. Now, from the collective, from the total, that is the sum total of the Sattvika aspect of the Pancha Mahabhutas is responsible for the creation of the Antakaranam. That is why Antakaranam is Sattva. That is why you can think, you can decide. All these are possible because of the Sattva aspect, because it enjoys the Sattva aspect. So, Etesham Panchatattvanam, of this 5 Tattva. Tattva stands for this Pancha Mahabhuta, Sukshma Pancha Mahabhuta, Samashti. Samashti Sattvikamshat. Samashti is total. The previous times it is not mentioned, Samashti or Vishti, but we can understand because Akashasya Sattvikamshat, very particularly Akasha is mentioned. Akashasya Sattvikamshat, Shrotrendriyam, it is said. Therefore, there is no samashti. From the Sattvika aspect of Akasha, only that Akasha element, Shrotrendriya is born. Similarly, from Vayu, Sattvika Amshat, again, the Tugindriyam is born. It is given from the particular element, from this Sattvika aspect of a particular element, particular Indriya is born. Whereas here, samashti is said. Therefore, the total. The sum total of the Sattvika aspect of all the elements. It means Akashasya Sattvikamsha plus Vayogo Sattvikamsha plus Agnehe Sattvikamsha plus Jalasya Sattvikamsha plus Prithivyaha Sattvikamsha. This is Samashti Sattvikamshat. From this Panchami, from this, what is born? Antakaranani Sambhutani. Antakaranam is only one, not Bhagavachana. Antakaranam is only one, but same Antakaranam manifests in the form of Manaha, Buddhi, Ahankara, Chitta. It plays 4 different roles, therefore it is said in Bhagavachana. Don't think Antakaranani, the inner instruments are many. There is only one inner instrument. Thank God it is only one. If you have 4, it's a problem. The same Antakaranam playing, when it plays different roles, it gets different names. So, Antakaranam Sambhutam. The mind is born. Therefore, the mind is born from the collective Sattvika aspect of the 5 subtle elements. So, now the mind is born. Antakaranam. Antakaranam also is a part of Sukshma Shariram. Manascha Ekam, Buddhischa Eka. Iti Saptadasha Kalabhihi Yata Tishtati. Tat Sukshma Shariram we have seen. Where Ahankara Chitta is not mentioned. When we discuss Sukshma Shariram in the text, the author did not mention Ahankara and Chitta. He said only 17 elements. But if you remember, I said sometimes it is said as 17, sometimes 19. If you include Ahankara and Chitta, then it becomes 19. How 19? Pancha Jnanendriya, Pancha Karmendriya, Pancha Pranadayaha. So 5 Jnanendriyam, 5 Karmendriyam, 5 Pranas, 15, plus 2 Manaha and Buddhi, 17, plus 2 Ahankara and Chittam. Therefore, total 19. So you can look upon Sukshma Shariram consisting of either 17 components or 19 components. 19 is when you divide the Antakaranam further into Ahankara and Chittam. So, therefore, this Antakaranam is a part of what? Is a part of Sukshma Shariram. Therefore, Sukshma Shariram is being born. So now, from the Sattvika aspect, what are born is discussed. From the Sattvika aspect, these are born. Now, next thing is going to be Rajasika aspect. After that, going to be Tamasika aspect, that is where the Stula Srishti, that is the gross physical universe is going to be born from the tamasika aspect. This is how the author is going to present the topic of Srishti, the creation. And the next line here, Sankalpa Vikalpatmakam Manaha. Manaha is discussed, Buddhi is discussed. Already the Mana and Buddhis we discussed when we discussed Sukshma Shariram. So we will not discuss much on Manaha and Buddhi. We have to refer to the discussion already we had in the context of Sukshma Shariram. We will see. I will just quickly mention what it is the next class. Then Ahankara and Chitta. These things we will see. We'll continue that in the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
धन्यवाद गुरुजी।
धन्यवाद गुरुजी।
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಗುರುಜಿ.
धन्यवाद श्री।
धन्यवाद गुरुजी।